So, what if the biggest financial risk in your life isn't running out of money? It's believing someone else is responsible for your future. Hi, my name's Mark Strayer, and welcome to Don't Retire, Rewire. This channel is for Gen Xers and baby boomers who refuse to believe their best years are behind them. And if that's you, hit subscribe, because every week we'll talk honestly about building new skills, new income, and a new future. A few years ago, I thought I'd done everything right. I worked hard. I stayed loyal. I believed that if I gave a company my best years, they'd take care of me. Then one morning, I opened up an email, the subject line, organizational changes. 10 seconds later, my 14-year career was over. My company car was gone. My paycheck was gone. Even my identity felt like it disappeared. Hell, I was $36,000 in credit card debt. Then I looked at my finances. Wow. As I said, $36,000 in credit card debt, $8,600 maybe in my 401k. And I started staring at the screen. Now what? Maybe you've had your own version of that moment. A layoff, a divorce, a health scare, a business that failed. Or maybe you simply woke up and realized retirement isn't going to look anything like I expected. That's you. I want you to hear me. Please, you are not too late. I spent months blaming everyone else, my company for sure, the economy, my circumstances, until I realized something that changed my life. My employer could be part of my retirement plan, but they could never be my retirement plan. So I stopped asking, how do I replace my job? And I started asking, what skill can I learn that nobody can frickin' lay me off again, especially through an email? And that question, for me, it changed everything. I started learning how ordinary people were creating income online, and not because they were famous, and not because they were tech geniuses, but because they learned valuable skills they could use anywhere. Was I scared? Flippin' absolutely. Did I make mistakes? More than I can count. But every mistake taught me something. Every small win rebuilt something I'd lost. Not just my income, my confidence. Because confidence doesn't come from hoping life gets better. It comes from proving to yourself that you can adapt. That's why this channel exists, my friends. And not because I figured everything out, but because I've walked the road so many people over 50 are walking right now. I know what it feels like to think it's too late. And I also know this isn't. Your experience still matters. Your work ethic still matters. And your story isn't over just because the chapter ended. Sometimes the chapter you never wanted becomes the one that changed your life. So if you're willing to learn, if you're willing to adapt, if you're willing to stop believing your age is the problem, because I'm telling you, it isn't. The real obstacle is believing your best days are behind you. Mine were not. Yours don't have to be either. And if you're looking for another source of income, another opportunity, or simply another path forward, I put together a free guide called the Freedom Blueprint. Just visit Boomer Rewire and download it. And matter of fact, I think you can click the link in my description. I will put it in there. And if this message connected with you, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me where you're watching from, and tell me what reinvention means to you. I read every comment, and I'd love to hear your story, because around here, we believe something simple. You're not too old. You're not too late. And you're definitely not finished. And my favorite sign off, don't retire, rewire. I'll see you in the next video, my friends.